Apologize once again for getting your videos out so late. This was supposed to be published on the 15th, but work and life just kind of caught up with me and I was not able to do the rest of the readings. So I hope this reading is still relevant. I hope it is still helpful for you in helping you navigate whatever situation you're dealing with right now. So you have some really good things that are coming into the picture for you right now. But I almost see like there's a little bit of a fork in the road. I feel like there are two groups, two very, very distinct groups of Capricorns that I'm dealing with. And what I have here is I see one group that might be, early degree Capricorns that are influenced by the Sagittarius impatience and Sagittarius scattered energy. Okay, so you might be a Capricorn with a lot of fire or just a lot of more Sagittarian traits where you're very, very blunt, you're very impatient, you are very independent, and you're kind of self-made. Okay. And then I feel like there's another group that is in the picture where you're a little bit more like you're in the later stages of the Capricorn wheel, and you have more Aquarius traits where you're very diplomatic, you're very humanitarian-like, and you really, really strive to always be available, to be helpful to people, to educate people, to train people. So I'm seeing those two groups, and honestly, I feel like it's opposite ends of the spectrum. Impatience versus being very, very patient. So some of you could even exhibit both. But let me just talk about a few things. The message that I got for you when I was shuffling out the cards is I see somebody's hands, and then it's right in front of me. And then there's somebody coming, handing you a gift. And you're just like, oh, a gift for me? I'm so excited. And so you're happily, excitedly opening up, like unwrapping the ribbon and then tearing open the wrapping paper. And then there's a box. You open the lid of the box, and inside there's a clock. And it's ticking. It's not a bomb, it's a clock. It's ticking. Okay? It's ticking. And what I feel is when there's a ticking time or there's a clock that's ticking, I usually think of it as there's a due date. Something is due. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be fixed. Or you're waiting on a situation and there's a definitive timeline of when it's going to come in. And the ticking is a constant reminder that time is ticking, that time is precious, or that the element of time could be on your side or could be working against you. And so that's why I feel like we're dealing with two really, really distinct groups of Capricorns. And so I feel like for some of you, there might have been situations where you were kind of like you were living your life or working or functioning in a way where you felt like you were just living on an island, like working in a vacuum. And what that means to me is you worked really, really, really diligently. You worked really, really hard. You took on a lot of responsibilities. You kind of hustled your way up to the top, not cutting corners, working really, really hard. And you picked up yourself up your own bootstraps. It's almost like whatever you created, whatever position you got to, it was with dedication, perseverance, sweat, and tears. You didn't rely on anybody to, like, for example, you didn't rely on connections with your parents to get into a really good job. You didn't rely on connections to get into, to be partner at a law firm. You didn't rely on the wealth of your parents to put you through law school, medical school. You had to do things your way, and you had to rough it out, and you had it really hard. And against all odds, you made it, okay? And then I also feel like in the process of doing all of these things, in the process of accumulating a lot of success for yourself, I almost sense that other people felt like they were trampled on. Other people felt like your success was too cutthroat, or you might not have taking into account all the other people's contributions to help get you where you are. And so that element of, gift giving and the element of time, I feel it's almost coming in as a reminder to you that it's time to thank these people. The window of time, the window of opportunity to really acknowledge the contributions that other people make in your life, that window of time is narrowing. So it's really important for you to get that last word out there. Just, leave them feeling appreciated and leave them feeling like I couldn't have done that without you. And a lot of the times, it's really hard for earth signs to express themselves. It's really hard for them to say cheesy things, and it's really hard to look somebody in the eye and be open and vulnerable and just say, like, I couldn't have done it without you. And I feel like there's a lot to be said, and there's a lot that needs to be said, and there's a lot that you can it's almost like you have this tremendous opportunity to give thanks where it's due. You have this tremendous opportunity because you're now at the top, and you can look down and you can just say, like, I used to be there. I know what it feels like. I know the struggle, and I'm going to be able to do something to help those people that are at the bottom. So it's like that whole concept of, humanitarianism, giving back and giving into a situation to improve it. Okay, so it's not just climbing to the top and forgetting the little people. It's a lot more about giving back so that the other people can advance and move forward. So it doesn't have to be a competition. It just needs to be balanced out. Give thanks where it's due. Give out benefits where it's due as well. So that's the first thing. I see as well, when I mentioned the whole Capricorn Sagittarius people, that grouping, I feel like many of you have been very, very impatient. Okay, you're impatient with people who might be a little bit more slow on the uptake. And you might have been very, very impatient when it comes to people who require a lot of hand holding. It's almost like you don't have the patience to babysit. You don't have the patience to sit there and explain to somebody over and over and over again things that they don't understand intuitively. Okay, and then you don't have the patience to really sit down and have these emotional conversations with another person. And I almost feel like the quality of the relationships and the friendships and those social connections might have it's like those relationships might have drifted away, and you're sitting there kind of questioning, like, what exactly happened? Why aren't they reaching out? And I'm seeing it in this Five of Cups here, like misconnections, connections that could have been really, really good, but for whatever reason they didn't come to fruition, or they didn't pan out the way that we hope. Or whenever we hit like a rough spot, we look around and it's like, where did everyone go? Where are the people that I love? Where are the people that are supposed to be here for me through this rough patch? Where are they now? And so I feel like there might have been some issues that you might not have been aware of as it relates to the relationships, the friendships around you. And I feel like the impatience or the impatient way in which you're dealing with these people, or dealing with these people that you love, they need to change. And the time for you to fix it, that window of time, it's open. And you have to, grab these opportunities to try to reconnect. The Judgment card is about contact. It's about a community of people coming together. And it's also about reaching out, making connections, taking the initiative in order to reconnect and communicate with these people. Okay, so I feel like if you're wondering, why are all of my relationships or friendships, and I especially see it more as friendships, why are they so strained? Why are they just like, why are people not there when I need them? Or why did things drift apart? Why did my relationships, not have that solid hold? Why did they drift apart? I feel like you either have to, form new relationships, or really look at if you're putting enough time and energy and, into sustaining that relationship. Okay? And it goes as well for the important relationships, family relationships. Are you emotionally available when they need you? I feel like some of you are, but the majority of you, I feel like you're so self-sufficient emotionally, and you're so stoic, and you're so independent, and you're a little bit more of a lone wolf, that even if things internally are really, really bad, you don't air out your, problems in public. You don't let other people know. You don't reveal more of your emotional vulnerabilities. So from the outside looking in, everyone says, Capricorn is self-sufficient. We never have to worry about the Capricorn, which is true. You can handle these things on your own. But relationships, any type of relationships, it's a two-way street. And if people are able to show you when they're vulnerable, if people are able to show you their emotions, if people are coming to you, with their heart on a silver platter, I feel like you have to reciprocate and do the relationship justice by revealing of yourself too. So I feel like some of you are questioning, like, where are all of my friends? Where are these connections? Where are the people that I thought would be around? Where did they go? Did I do anything wrong? Did I do anything to drive them away? I feel like you have to really take stock of what you have, and you really have to also realize as well, am I making the time to emotionally develop the depth of these relationships? Am I making myself vulnerable? Am I allowing myself to be vulnerable, to truly emotionally connect with these people? And I feel like that's the challenging part that's coming up for the year, where you have to learn to kind of, I don't feel like you're putting your guard up. I just feel like the emotional realm makes you uncomfortable. Okay. And I almost feel like you might see people in these really vulnerable situations, but they've never seen you in these vulnerable situations. So it's really hard for them to emotionally connect to you. And when we are seen from outsiders, when we're seen as someone who's very independent, very self-sufficient, people might feel like you don't need them. And so they feel like their presence in your life, because you're so independent, is more of a nuisance to you. And so they don't want to be a nuisance to you. They don't want to infringe upon your space. And that might be why they don't gravitate towards you. So you might feel isolated, or you might give off the vibe that you want to be left alone, or you don't have time, or you're too busy. And other people looking in, they don't want to disturb you. And that might be the strain, or the cause for the distance and the emotional rifts and the strain in some of your close relationships. Okay? I'm talking to the other groups now, and this is, the Capricorns with more of the Aquarian energy. You might be late degree Capricorns, or you might have, other traits that are not fire. Okay, so the fires, the ones with fire signs, they're very, very driven with that Sagittarius energy, very driven, very ambitious, can be very blunt at times. So you have to be very careful about what you say, and and be careful about, other people's sensitivities, okay? We're not aiming for 100% political correctness, but we're aiming to be a little bit more censored and to anticipate how you come across and whether or not that's going to offend other people. And then I'm seeing like this other group on this side who are more like Aquarius minded, who are more like, yes, I want to climb that career ladder. I want to get on top of that mountain. but I want to use my skills, my assets, my resources to help people. I do want to make the world a better place. I do want to educate. I do want to teach. So for those of you who are a little bit more like in a position where you're training other people, you're passing your knowledge out to other people, you're teaching people, you're showing people how to do things properly, you're getting a lot of luck. You're getting a lot of financial windfall. So I'm seeing one group that's like a little bit more of a, what are those, what would you call those, social climbers, and then another group that are very humanistic, like who are very humanitarian oriented, who are more teaching oriented, who are all about not hoarding knowledge, but sharing and disseminating best practices, sharing knowledge, sharing ideals, sharing, their findings, their experiences with other people. And those are the ones that I feel are getting a lot of blessings, okay? I have here the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords are new ideas that are going to be bringing in a lot of financial abundance. So for many of you, you might have new job offers that are related to teaching, disseminating knowledge, research, standing in front of a group of people and making your, it's sort of like your little TED talk, okay? So you might have some speaking engagement that are coming into the picture, like offers for speaking engagement, offers for teaching, offers for gigs. And I feel like it's going to be, these are like big things, okay? These are big opportunities. These are once in a lifetime opportunities that will garner you a large audience and a lot of recognition. And it could also potentially steer you into a brand new career path. So some of you are contemplating this type of a new job or an offer that's coming through. And I feel like it's education, training, seminar, public speaking related. And then for others, I feel like it's a big job where you are going to be, it's like you're reading a lot of, I'm hearing like, it's like a scroll of some official doctrine. Somebody high up is giving you this information, like a mandate, and is written in like really fancy font and is written in a really fancy language or in a really flowery language that the lay person is not able to comprehend, and then you have to rewrite it so that the lay person can comprehend it. So it's almost like working as a scribe, working as a translator, an interpreter, or doing something where you're taking one piece of information and changing it so that it's more palatable to the rest of humanity. So I feel like you have some big things coming into the picture, and in particular, if you've been hoping and praying for some type of a work situation to come 3 weeks, within the next 4 weeks, like within that month time frame. So I feel that it's going to be coming into the picture. So I'm seeing like one group of you might be blocked, and it's really asking you to make more of those emotional reconnections with people. Okay, it's like no man's an island. We kind of need to help each other. We kind of need to share our best practices. We kind of need to slow down. Don't look at the time. Don't look at the clock. Slow down and kind of like look at your environment and try to figure out, what has gone wrong and try to fix that. And then the other group of you, you're accelerating, you're ascending. And so timing really is on your side, where you're getting a lot of recognition, you're getting new financial opportunities, you're getting a lot of good insights. Okay. On the love front, there has been a major disappointment here for some of you who are dealing with an earth sign. So this is not an earth sign, a water sign, a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. Okay. I almost feel like some of you are wishing for this person to come back. Some of you are wishing for contact. Some of you are wishing for an offer from this person. Okay. And I feel like they might have somebody else in mind. I feel like they're on their way out, And I feel like their back is turned. Okay? I have here the King of Cups in the reverse. And I have here the Four of Swords, which is a kind of like a stall, a stalemate, some type of a stoppage in communication. Okay, Four of Swords. And then I feel as well for others, wishing, hoping, and there is going to be communication here. Fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. My advice with this fire sign is, I'm sensing, you know, there's great passion, great chemistry. You guys are really, really tolerant of people and their quirks. You guys are also very, very good at forgiving people. Okay, you let people be. You're very live and let live. And you don't try to change your partners. You don't try to make anybody into a specific version of what you want a lover is supposed to be. So you guys are very understanding, tolerant, and just you let people be. And I feel like this fire sign might not be the best match for you because they might not be looking for stability and a relationship. Okay, so if that's what you're looking for, I feel like they're more here today, gone tomorrow. And the reason I say that is I have here the Knight of Wands in the reverse, so they might not be looking for the whole 9 yards. The cottage, the white picket fence, the, you know, SUV, the kids, the house, the pets. They might not want all of those things, and all of those things really, really, really scare them. And I feel like if you're dealing with a fire sign, you've known them for quite some time. You spent time with this person. You've known them, you know, through many major milestones in their life. Page of Wands, and then the Knight of Wands, which is you've watched this person grow up. You've watched them go through some major milestones in their life. And as a result of it, I feel like, you know, there's a sense of loyalty. And then there's also a sense of it's almost like you've seen who they were in the past, you're seeing them now. They haven't really changed much. So they might not be the best match for you. They might not be the most compatible people for you. Okay? So that's what I have here. And let me just see. So I just feel like, you know, the whole image of the clock and how it's a gift. Somebody is giving you a gift. It's not exactly as you what you expected, but I definitely feel like the universe is kind of telling you, you know, to slow down, and look at. For those of you who are rushing around or who are a little bit more on the impatient end, to really slow down. For those of you who are kind of easing up and taking it easy, maybe to speed up a little bit. So I feel like it's very different for the two groups that I'm dealing with. Slow down and look at the things around us. Sorry, the light just flickered. I don't know if you guys saw that. So slow down and look at the things that are in the picture for us, and to really examine, you know, actions and consequences. And then the other group, take new opportunities, roll with it, don't get too comfortable, and speed up the timeline in your life because you're in manifestation mode, okay? If you're over here and you're trying to get yourself over there, you might need to slow down and think about, what did I do different? What did I do in the past? And what was the consequence of that? And then aim to take a different path. I know it's easier said than done, but I know as well that you guys know when you make mistakes. You guys always know when you make mistakes, and you will never like say to another person, "Oh, you know, I messed up." But I feel like deep down you know, and you know how to right things again the second time around. We don't really get a lot of, you know, second chances, but I feel like there's something to be said here about the universe being on your side and either telling you to slow down and look at things, or to speed up your time frame because you can manifest whatever it is that you're looking for. And so you're getting a nudge right there. You're getting a gentle reminder to really, you know, think about actions and consequences. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. I know this month has not been easy for a lot of the signs. It's not just you guys. It's for a lot of the signs, okay? So bear with it. We have about, let's see, 8 days left. So hopefully it'll pass by without an incident, okay? Take care of yourself, Capricorns, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Um, for those who are still emailing me about private readings, I'm no longer doing those, but I do have somebody that I highly recommend. Her name is Bridget. She is a psychic out of California. If you're looking to book a reading for yourself or for anybody you know that might benefit from some spiritual guidance, I highly recommend her. I've included a link to her scheduling website in the description box below. So visit her, I guess her website and see what's available for you. And I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Take care and take it easy.